Getting everything set up. Got 3 iPads going, got 3 phones going. So waiting for everybody to get on, get your questions ready. Big Q&A day today, so get your questions ready today. What's up, guys? This is Big Dru, and this is Titan Lifestyle. Every Friday at 2 p.m., I do this. I talk about therapy of the week. I talk about topics, usually 2 topics that I pick out. Question and answer is my favorite part. And then we're also going to jump into some Titan events, new events coming up I'm very excited about. So let's first see who's on right now. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to get logged in and get your questions ready. So far, we got Iron Father, Aquaholic, not alcoholic, Aquaholic. I like it. Jay Temerix, Bach, 5691's on here. Iron Father, Lone Wolf, Joe Mask, Rahul's on here. A lot of people joining in right now. Again, guys, girls, get your questions ready. Last week was a great week. We had a lot of questions and answers. So what I did is I said this week I'll jump right into the Q&A this week. So if you guys have questions, get them going. It can be anything about nutrition, Titan products, pretty much anything. We like to keep it fitness and health related, but if it's other stuff I can help you out with, I'd be glad to help too. Let's get a first question going on here right now. See if we got anything going up. Got so many screens in front of me right now, guys. Just bear with me for a second. Aquaholic says hello. Shout out to Aquaholic. A Nice Egg just joined. Amistad. Ukraine just joined. Shout out to everybody in the Ukraine as well, watching from the Ukraine. Always good to see people from other countries and other states tuning in. Also, if you guys are tuning in or watching or listening to the podcast, let me know what city or state you're calling from or tuning in from, and also what country you're tuning in from. I'll give you a shout out as well. Put your flags up. Also, put your flags up. I love seeing new flags. I got stunted a couple weeks ago. I didn't know what the flag was. Usually I could tell what the flag is, so put them up there. Let's see what we're going. But let's just jump into real quick. Let's jump into Titan Transformation. 60-day Titan Transformation Challenge, a win. Free HRT for 3 months. So we've had a lot of people calling in. We've had a lot of people. I have people in my DMs. Shout out to Jessica. Jessica just joined. Actually, Jessica was one of our transformation winners from last year. So big shout out to her. She did a transformation. Actually, she kept it going. So a lot of times people do a transformation because they try to win a prize. They win the prize, and sometimes people just stop. Shout out to Jessica. She followed through. She's still working out. She's still looking great, eating good. Yep, she says, what's up? What's up to her? Also, shout out to my boy Jimmy Dean. I think he's in transformation as well. He had a great transformation as well. I believe he was like 320 something, and now I believe he's down in the high 290s. So awesome stuff. Kisses Cayenne got the first question of the day. 130-pound down, started a cycle, working out 6 days a week. Any suggestion for toning loose skin? Again, 130 pounds down. First of all, big shout out for losing that much weight. You basically lost like a whole person. So that's it doesn't matter how much you weigh. You could be 500, you could be 300. If you lose 130 pounds, it's a big deal. So big shout out, first of all, for that. Suggestions on toning loose skin. First thing I would say is clean up your diet, lower your sodium. If you have high sodium, it's going to help that sub-Q water. Secondly, Titan Medical, we have a fat-burning cream here at Titan Medical. It's a topical cream. It actually burns fat. It doesn't just make you hot and itchy like a lot of those creams do. It actually burns the fat. So you basically just spot it wherever you need it. So if you have loose skin in your stomach, maybe in the lower back, a lot of women have loose skin underneath their arms. You just apply it to the loose skin, and it actually tightens the skin, and it actually helps burn fat as well. So anytime people lose a lot of weight, a lot of times they have loose skin, stretch marks, all that stuff. So it's a great way to help tighten up the skin because, again, if you lose a whole bunch of weight, you'll lose the fat, but the skin doesn't go anywhere. So the elasticity of the skin it shrinks in and shrivels up a little bit. What the fat-burning cream could do is help tighten that up. And again, one thing that's good about this cream too is it's not strong. Excuse me. A lot of times with fat-burning creams, what they do is they just make them hot. So in other words, when you rub it, it feels hot. It feels like it's burning. So mentally you're going to think, oh, it's burning, but it's not really burning. It's just niacin. Ours, it's actually burning the fat, actually tightening your skin. And last thing too is you could use it underneath your eyes. It's sensitive enough where it's not going to irritate your skin. So if you have bags underneath your eyes, it'll tighten up your eyes. A lot of older ladies, a lot of guys too, that have loose skin in their neck. So if you put it on your neck, it'll help the creases on your neck, help the creases on the back of your neck, help skin folds in your lower back. So tight burning cream is where it's at. Let me see. User MED548912 says he or she, I'm not sure who it is, says they always feel bloated. Again, that could be depending on the food you eat. Chicken and broccoli and rice looks great on paper, but if I have it, it bloats me as well. So again, figure out food, what works best for you. In terms of things we have here at Titan that will help you with the bloat, HRT, if your estrogen is really, really high, it can make you bloated. So if you get your blood work done, your estrogen's elevated. Estrogen's going to cause oily skin. It's going to cause body fat. It's going to cause bloating. It's going to cause increased water. It's going to cause mood swings. But the bloat is the main thing. So that could be estrogen related. So again, get your blood work. If your estrogen's in check, then I would first get your diet in check. And don't just go off of Google. Go off of foods that work best for you that digest, because everything's about the digestion. Jimmy Dean says, if you're bloated, favor your food with Mrs. Dash. Yeah. Again, like I said, if you're bloated, you could be high sodium or high salt. Mrs. Dash is a no salt, low sodium seasoning. So again, that's a good one.
Chicken or rice, 200 grams of protein.
User said, how's another day as a bald guy going? Hey, it's going good. I got the fresh shave this morning. So that Gillette got my head looking nice and smooth today. Chicken and rice, 200 grams of protein. Yeah. User MED, that's the guy that was talking about the bloat. He says chicken and rice and 200 grams protein. Again, chicken for me doesn't work. It bloats me. So again, just do your little bit of research and do trial and error on your body and figure out which foods work best for you.
You ever see that Jimmy Dean was down to 287?
287, Jimmy Dean. I like it. I think you were like 320 at first. So he's like 35, 40 pounds down. So big deal. I gave him a shout out on my story a few weeks back. You can see how much his stomach has come down from the side angle. Big. You can see a little bit from the front, but mainly when you turn from the side and his stomach is like half what it used to be. So shout out to Jimmy. Keep going, man. What else we got on here? Lean turkey. Lean turkey is good. I like 93. Right now I'm doing all red meat. All red meat, salmon, and eggs for me. So no turkey, no poultry right now. Again, if people are bloated, poultry, cut out your poultry. That usually helps as well. Tyler Golden, 165 in the gym daily and plateaued. What calories should I take in? Again, everybody's different. Depends on what calories you need. Depends on what your goals are. Hit me up if you need a meal plan. But yeah, everyone's different. I can't tell you specifically how many calories or what calories to take in. Oatmeal and peanut butter. Yep, that's a good one too. Oatmeal and peanut butter is a good pre-workout meal because it's light on your stomach. Puny McPunnerson? Punny McPunnerson. I like it. What's the largest animal you honestly believe you could take in a fight? Good question. Shout out to Puny. Puny, I like that. I don't know. The largest animal that I think I could take in a fight. I don't know, because animals have different type of strength. So even a chimpanzee would be like, yeah, they'll tear me apart, and it probably weighs a third of what I weigh. So
He's going for a llama.
a llama, yeah. I like it. Hey, come on every week, man. You got good stuff. Keeps it entertaining. I'm going with I don't know. That's a tough one. I'll come back to that one. Someone asked what type of animal they think I could take in a fight. The largest animal I think I could take in a fight. I don't know. Maybe a fish, maybe. Yeah, maybe a big, huge fish if I was in the water with a reel. But if it was just my body and their body, that's tough. Because animals are so strong.
Yeah, even like a panther this big would destroy.
Yeah. I mean, cats are like known fighters. Gorilla, no way. Any type of monkey, chimpanzee, no way. They're just too strong. So I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. Maybe like a cow or a horse or something where they're not that mobile. I can get a couple shots in them, but it'd be hard. Tristan Tommen says, how much protein should I be eating at 208 pounds right now, trying to get to 220? I've been eating around 240 to 250 grams. If you're 208 pounds right now, I would say up your protein to about 300 grams. 240 is decent. You're about 1.5 grams per pound body weight. But again, if you want protein, if you want to gain some weight, lean weight, got to up your protein. So first thing is 300 grams. T. Scott said, why are you so little? I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the Pilates and yoga I'm doing all the time. How do you get rid of knee pain? BPC 157 and TB 500. Anybody has any type of joint pain, connective tissue, ligament, elbow pain, rather than taking ibuprofen or Tylenol or any type of pain reliever, all that's going to do is numb the pain. What we do here at Titan is we fix it. So what is BPC and TB 500 going to do? It's going to repair the connective tissue, cartilage, and ligaments within the joint, so that way the pain goes away and stays away rather than just masking it. So again, I'm not this person, they have a picture, but all they have is a period as their name, so I can't really call them out. But again, BPC 157 and TB 500, and you could take those together. For weight loss, counting macros or calories better. It depends who you are and depends how you absorb those macros and those calories. For me, if I want to lose weight, I cut my carbs. I don't really worry about macros. Art's asking what's macros. Macros would be carbs, carbohydrates, protein, and fats. So your basic macros would be, protein, carbohydrates, fat. Micros would be even smaller than that, but macros is the main thing people look at when they're trying to get in shape. I don't really do that many fats in my diet. So if I'm trying to lose weight, all I do is, literally the only thing I do is just cut my sugar, sodium, and carbs down. Will says he's 6 foot, 245, trying to get down to 190. What do you suggest? I'm also on tests. Looks like he's on TRT. First thing I was saying is, what type of TRT are you doing? Is it really TRT? Or are you taking it on your own? Second thing is, what does your current diet look like? You're saying you're looking to lose 45 pounds at 6 feet. So you got to clean up your diet.
What's your body fat?
Yeah, what's your body fat? How tall are you? Oh, you're 6 feet, 245?
Yeah, but how much is that in muscle?
Yeah. That would make a big difference is how much of muscle you have. So when on paper, if someone looks at my weight, I'm about 6'3", 285 maybe right now, I'm not sure. But on paper, it looks like I'm 100 pounds overweight. But if you see me and you look at my body fat percentage, it's real low. So again, 6 feet, 245, you could be a professional bodybuilder with no body fat, or you could have a lot of body fat. So it all depends on what you're doing. If you're taking testosterone right now, if you're doing it on your own without a medical provider, and you're not taking any type of anti-estrogen or something to control your estrogen, that's going to keep your weight down too. If your estrogen gets high, you're going to hold a lot of water, you're going to hold fat, and you're going to have, a rounder face and bigger neck because you're going to be holding water everywhere. If your estrogen gets lowered, whether it's tamoxifen or anastrozole, what happens is you lose water weight, and then the water weight is also going to make you look leaner and lean down. When I have estrogens high on the high end, it's hard for me to gain any type of weight. When I lower my anti-estrogens, I usually gain the weight. So that might be the first thing too. Shout out to Jimmy Dean. Shout out to Jimmy. Nick, macros are calories. Yeah, macros are basically calories. Carbs. But usually when people say macros, they're usually talking about protein, carbs, and fat. I've been in this game for a long time now, and that's usually what you hear when you hear macros, trying to reach my macros or this and that. So.
The guy that said, why you look so small?
T. Scott, you said, yeah, I know you're just messing around, T. Scott. Appreciate it. Invasive Zero said, what blood test should I get checked? You should do a full panel. You can call 727-389-3220. We do a full panel here at Titan. Just let them know. Let them know Big Dru said to hook you up, and they'll give you a little bit of discount. So I'll hook you up that way. But yeah, just let them know you want a full panel. And if you're not in the area, we do blood work in-house, but if you're not in the area, what we'll do is we'll write you a ticket to a place closest to you. So say if you're in, I don't know, just for city's sake, say if you're in Houston, we'll send you to a place in Houston that does your blood work. That blood work, once the results come back, will come back to us. Our medical provider will call you, go over your blood work with you, and then depending on what you qualify for or what you need, to be shipped to your house from a U.S. licensed pharmacy. Thoughts on MK at 18? A little bit too young to take MK at 18. I wouldn't take any type of peptides or anything like that, not even 25. I mean, I'd wait a lot longer. The reason why it's not good to take it when you're 18 is because your body's still growing, your hormones are still going, it's still active. You don't know your real potential yet. If you start taking MK and TRT and all that stuff at 18, you might be burnt out by 30, and then now what are you going to do? Now how are you going to, so again, at 18, First thing I would say is, what are you taking MK for? Are you trying to get bigger? Are you trying to get stronger? If you are, just up your food, up your calories, your macros, which I talked about before. Figure out what's food best for you, and then just eat like crazy, sleep like crazy, and just do it the natural way. MK at 18 that's too young for MK, in my opinion. I'm on TRT. Does TRT sit well with MK? Yes, it sits very well with MK677. It actually works good with MK677. So again, depending on what your goals were, yes, you can take MK677 with TRT. And for people watching that keep hearing me say TRT, TRT is basically just testosterone replacement therapy. Sometimes people call it HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, but basically the same thing. Would you inject TB500 and BPC into the pain site, or is it in a pill? It's an injectable. It's a water-based injectable peptide. And the reason why it's stressed water-based is because guys that have done injectables that are oil-based, they can usually feel them. Usually a little bit of a pain. But with TB500 and BPC through Titan, it's water-based. So you basically constitute it and you inject into the area closest to the pain. So say if it's my elbow, if the pain is here, I may put it just to the side of the elbow in a soft part. Don't put it into ligament. Don't put it in tendon. Obviously, don't put it into the bone. But as long as it gets underneath the skin, sub-Q, closest to the area, it's going to hit that area. And last thing, too, you can do it sub-Q. You can do it, in your stomach, or you can do other places. It's systematic, so it's going to hit your body all over. But if you wanted to target that area specifically faster, put it closest to the area. I'm on TRT 100 milligrams a week, 6 feet. I'm more endo-meso, just started metformin. Should I cut dairy? That's a lot of, that's patient or client specific. But 100 milligrams a week, that's a good TRT dose, good starting TRT dose. It says more of an ectomorph, mesomorph, just started metformin.
What are they trying to do?
Yeah, it depends what you're trying to do. I think that's the guy that was trying to, I believe he's trying to, if you scroll up a little bit, you can see his name is, I think he's trying to gain,
Weight loss.
Yeah, trying to weight loss, okay.
What do you think about dairy?
I hate dairy. I don't do any dairy at all. I don't do any cheese. I don't do milk. I don't do any dairy. I used to do dairy until I realized it takes my body a long time to recover. A lot of times people take dairy and like, oh, it's not that bad. But that cheese or whatever it is sitting in your stomach for days or sometimes a week at a time before it's fully excreted. So again, for me, I do no dairy. When I do dairy, my stomach starts sticking out. I'm not as regular as I should be, and my body goes to crap. So.
I don't think it's good for humans in general.
Yeah, I don't really think humans, like Art said, I don't really think dairy is good. It could be good on paper. It could be good in terms of your blood work. But is it good in terms of your stomach? Is it good in terms of the mirror? Is it good in terms of how your body is looking, how you're feeling? So that's the most important thing. Will, 32% also taken as prescribed, also taking the meds you said as well. Yeah, if you're 32% body fat, then yeah, we could definitely get you shredded down to about 190, I think you said you want to get to. I think he's currently 240 if I remember correctly, but yeah. Yeah, 32% BMI or body fat is a little bit high. We should be able to cut that down at half. But yeah, the thing that's good about this, Will, is that you're 245 at 6 feet. So that's doable because you're 32% body fat. For someone who's, say if you were 10% body fat and you weighed that much, it would be really, really hard to lose that amount of weight because you're already low. What's good, Will, is that you're already 245 and you're 32%. So you're going to look nasty. Once you come down to 190, that's going to look nasty, man. It's going to look good, especially at 6 feet. Yeah, it's good. It looks like you got a good base at 240, so good luck with it. And, yeah, you got plenty of time. Advice on trying to become a pro athlete in lacrosse.
We don't know.
No, I love lacrosse. The crazy thing, when I was younger, like I used to see the kids in like my school or whatever, like they'd play lacrosse. I used to mess around a little bit. I never actually played, but it's very interesting sport to me. It's kind of like hockey on the grass. It's competitive. The thing I like about lacrosse, it's like hockey, but without the ice skates. So they're actually running. So it's like football and hockey combined, man. It's a good sport. Here in Tampa, the University of Tampa has a great lacrosse team. I always see those guys in the gym, so shout out to them too. But advice to become a pro, I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. in any sport, you want to be in the best shape you can be. If your conditioning is in top condition as opposed to other players, you automatically have the upper hand. But again, I mean, I don't know anything about lacrosse. I don't know about the rules. I don't know about the training. But I would just assume that, the more in shape you are, the better chances you have. But again, I can't answer lacrosse. I love to watch it. It's fun to watch, but I know nothing about the training or anything about it. Yeah, invasive, it says not showing your full comment. Maybe just shorten it up or put it into a 2-part comment. How much does it cost to do a full blood test with no insurance? Dalton, hit me up. Hit me up. Normally it's $200, but if you hit me up, I'll be able to help you out. So Dalton Fitz asking how much is a blood test. Normally, full panel $200 for females. 200 for males, 300 for females. The reason why females is more, we have to do a little bit more testing with females that require more testing. But again, Dalton, hit me up. I'll give you a discount.
Let's go check out these other things, and we'll come back to that.
All right, let's check it out.
What is happening with that? Okay, that's random. Nothing to do with what we're talking about. All right, here's Instagram.
A lot of people on here. Oh, Shauna got a good one. What is an active chemical in the fat-burning cream T2?
I can look that up.
What is the...
You can always call and find out.
Yeah. If you call the office, 727-389-3220, they'll be able to tell you the active ingredient in the fat-burning cream. There's a couple different ingredients. So this is one specific thing. I'm going to have Art look that up for you and get the exact ingredients on that. Aquaholic 530 says, is there a cutoff date to get peptides like BPC and TB500? Not as of yet. If you guys know that there has been a little thing going around saying that, peptides aren't going to be available and blah, blah, blah. Currently, they still are available, so there's no cutoff date as of right now. So if you guys need peptides, BPC, TB500, MK, Hercules, whatever it is, call 727-389-3220, and we still can take care of you as of right now. Okay, so Shauna, the ingredients are aminophylline, caffeine, retinol, yohimbe, and I'm bad with these names. Phosphoridicoline. So caffeine, retinol, yohimbe. The yohimbe is real good. I used to take yohimbe by itself. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the screen behind me. The screen behind me, it's a green screen in here, but I don't know what you guys are seeing behind me. It should be up on the screen right now. If you guys look up right now, you can see the key ingredients to our fat-burning cream. Someone earlier in the show asked how they can tighten up loose skin. This is going to do it for you. And again, you can put it underneath your eyes if you have bags underneath your eyes and your neck, lower back, arms, everywhere. Sensitive to put anywhere.
All right, let's keep going. All right, too much. This is info on how to body fat. Too much stomach fat. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Cut the card. All right, here we go.
I lost 70 pounds for this is Werner Brace. I lost 70 pounds for my last show, Nationals in South Africa, and my MD suggested cosmetic surgery for my loose skin. You say fat-burning cream. I would say fat-burning cream to start, because if you can take care of this with the fat-burning cream, instead of going underneath the knife and spending a whole bunch of money, I would start first. So again, I would do the fat-burning cream first, because if that takes care of you, you don't have to cut yourself up. Because once you go underneath the skin, you got to worry about scar tissue. You got to worry about, scars, outside cosmetic scars you could see. It's a whole new area. I'm not sure, the procedures and where you're at, the doctors and all that in South Africa, but there is a chance to be messed up when you do surgery. So fat-burning cream to start. If that doesn't work, then you could try some other options. Depends on belly fat. Always cut carbs, protein, etc. Yeah.
It's tough. Thanks, Sean.
Let's see. K. Raleigh. Do you see a lot of women retaining water when they first start taking testosterone? I don't. I don't really notice. The thing is I don't notice it because I haven't heard of it and I'm not looking for it. Anytime you take testosterone, there's a chance of your estrogen being elevated. So when your estrogen is elevated, like I said before, that's going to make you hold more water, more body fat, be moody, oily skin, and all that stuff. So if your estrogen is in check, then you shouldn't have an increase in water. Now, if they're taking testosterone on their own and they're not going through a medical provider, and they're just taking only testosterone, they may have that problem. Here at Titan, through our services, you're not going to have that problem. The reason why is because we're going to give you a blood test, and if your blood test shows your estrogen is high, while we're giving you testosterone, we're also going to be giving you something to combat your estrogen, whether it's tamoxifen or anastrozole. So yes, women do have testosterone too. We're not turning you into a man. We're not trying to make you a bodybuilder. All women have testosterone. Some women are low in it naturally. So this isn't a question of, oh, why is she taking testosterone? There's plenty of women out there, not women bodybuilders. I mean, soccer moms, regular looking women that need testosterone, take testosterone. So again, estrogen, it could be, but if your estrogen is checked, you don't have to worry about the water. Let's see where we located, Tampa. My teen son has been on BPC TB 500 since August 2023. Looking at the Shauna Purcell, if you could scroll down. There we go. When he injured his knee, underwent surgery in September. He's 120%. Yeah. So Shauna Purcell is just saying on here that her teenage son, was taking TB 500 and BPC for his knee, and the surgery went well, and he's 120% 4 months out, so that's good. See who else we got. Scroll down. Revolution Apparel. Thoughts on sub-Q test sip injections? Seems to be increasing. Research says it's no different than intramuscular. Yeah, it is different. The reason why it's different is because think about it, if you're putting something sub-Q that's oil-based, then that just doesn't even sound right. I've never heard of anything being oil-based that is supposed to be sub-Q. When you do sub-Q, it basically just means it's just underneath the skin, like in subconscious, like subcutaneous fat. But what happens is if you're putting oil in there, it's kind of lingering around. I know people that have done sub-Q injections with oil-based stuff. It just sits there. So in other words, if they do a sub-Q in their abdomen, the oil is literally just sitting there. So on paper, it might be the same if it's absorbed the same way. But again, I would never do it that way. And not only that, when you do sub-Q injections, you're doing your microdosing because the amount is so small. So then you have to inject more frequently too. So I would always recommend doing your testosterone. And this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I would always recommend doing your testosterone cypionate, or whether it's propionate injections, whether it's a delt, glute, big muscle groups. The muscle groups that they would normally prescribe it to you or give it to you when you go to the doctors. So, but again, I don't care what it says on paper. I don't care what the blood work says. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't think sub-Q test injections are worth it. And again, if there's a chance that oil isn't going to dissolve fully, I'd rather just put it in the muscle. Yeah. Shauna Purcell says milk and dairy are only good for the food industry. Yeah. Yep. Let me see. Nice. Shauna Purcell says, awesome. Thank you. She's ordering. I believe she's talking about the fat burning creams. So that's good. Facebook. Just checked yesterday. I'm 5'3", 136 pounds. I'm active, but want to know if it's safe to take supplements. First thing I would say is, how old are you? I would definitely say, how old are you? 5'3", 136, active, which is good. So yeah, first thing before I answer anything, I need to know how old you are, because that makes a big difference in my answer. Stephanie Go says, been going to the gym 4 times a week since December. I'm 33. This belly fat does not want to leave. Okay, well, you can go to the gym 7 times a week. If your diet isn't on point and you're not getting the right rest, you're not going to see results. So I see this a lot. I'm not sure if you're eating clean or whatever, but I see a lot of times people like, yeah, I'm going to the gym every day. I'm doing cardio. I don't know why I can't lose the weight. But they're still eating crap food. They're still going out on the weekends drinking. They're still having, pizza and all this stuff. So for the most part, for people that are trying to lose weight, it's backwards. They go to the gym all the time and they eat like crap. You'd be better off eating 100% clean and not even going to the gym, and you're going to see more results. So if you can combine both of those, it works even better. So I would first, if you've been going 4 times a week and you haven't seen any difference in your belly fat, just look at the word belly. It's your belly. So what are you putting in that belly? That's more important than the workout. So rather than going to the gym and doing 2 hours of cardio and 1,000 crunches, get your diet on point, and then you don't have to do that cardio in those crunches. You can spend less time in the gym and get better results. Sky's the limit. XLS 5'10", 195 this morning. Need to get 175 Need to get to 174 in 50 days. Realistically, body fat, 18%.
18% body fat already?
18% body, 5'10", 195. So looking to lose 20 pounds in 50 days. That should be pretty easy. I wouldn't say easy, but it's doable. 21 pounds looking to lose in 50 days. So, I mean, if you could lose half a pound a day, that shouldn't be too unrealistic. Again, everything depends on your diet. Now, this the last question I just had. I was saying to someone that the diet is so much more important than the workouts. For this person, 5'10", 195, they want to lose 20 pounds in 50 days. Now, for them, they could literally, I'm not sure what they're doing, but they could probably not even work out. If they just ate the perfect diet and slept good and had their water, they could probably lose that without even working out. So just imagine what a little bit of workout will do. So Matt says he's on. Nah, not good, Matt. You definitely want to get rid of that. That stuff will help you with your workouts and all that. But what's going to happen is you're going to have high blood pressure. You're going to have night sweats. You're going to have insomnia. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to have heartburn. You're going to have increased aggression. So it's good. Yeah, you may get strong and look a certain way, but you can't even enjoy it because you're going to be like a walking time bomb all day long, snapping on people. And not only that, Matt, that thing that you're referring to also, at first, your libido is going to go way, way up, and then it's going to go to nothing. So basically, you're going to look great, you're not going to be able to perform, and you're going to feel like crap. What are your signs of high estrogen? Again, high estrogen it's not good. A lot of times people don't control it, and but again, if you can keep your estrogen in control, it's very important. I'm sorry about that. They said signs of high estrogen. Okay, so signs of high estrogen would be oily skin, breakouts, mood swings, loss of libido, body fat, sore nipples. Guys, if your nipple starts feeling sore, it almost feels like sore to touch, and it's real sensitive, that means gynecomastia is forming. Gyno is the growth of breast tissue, so guys can get it too. So if your estrogen gets out of whack and you start having that sensation, stop immediately. Call the office. Get your blood work. We can take care of it. If you don't take care of it, if you just keep going, it could be 2-3 years, and that builds up. Once that breast tissue is growing, it's not going anywhere. You have to get it surgically cut out. So first thing as a man, if you start seeing your nipples feel sore, stop whatever you're doing and take care of it, because it's not going to go away unless you lower your estrogen. Where can I get a consultation? Is there a link? www.titanmedicalcenter.com. Also, you can call or text the number 727-389-3220. Again, we service all 50 states nationwide, so call that number. We'll get you set up. And also, if you go to Titan Medical's Facebook or Instagram, whatever, there's a link tree on there where you can click that, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, man. Stephanie Gold followed the host. Appreciate it. If you want to gain bicep size, how many sets a week would you do till failure? Again, that's everyone different. I know guys that could work out biceps every day and get growth. Other guys maybe once a week. So Hercules Potion. Now, if you don't know what Hercules Potion is, that will definitely help you gain bicep size. Now, it's not a site enhancement oil, so it's not an implant. But what it's gonna do is once it's in that bicep, it's gonna give you the ability to push more weight for longer. So obviously, if you're pushing more weight for more reps, more blood's getting in there, it's going to force it to grow. So Hercules Potion, definitely if you want to gain bicep size. And again, rest and food and working out properly. Should I hop on test? Depends what your levels are. First thing is, how old are you? This is user 915344. How old are you? What are you taking your tests for? Scott Lee says, what's the cost of the peptides? We have a lot of different peptides. We have BPC, TB5. We have a lot of different peptides. So be more specific in what peptide you're looking for the price of. And again, if you call 727-389-3220, just ask any of the girls to answer the phone. They can help you with any of our peptides, pricing, blood work, all that stuff. What do you think of DIM supplement? I'm not really familiar with it. Is there another name for it? I'm not really familiar with DIM supplement, so. ouch, and I love what's going on. I have no idea what that means. How do you feel about taking HCG while on TRT? HCG is decent to take on TRT. I know here at Titan Medical, we used to do HCG with our TRT patients. Every once in a while, we still do. HCG, the price went up dramatically, so that's why we had switching people over to enclomiphene. But again, you could take enclomiphene or HCG while on TRT if it's prescribed by a medical provider. Enclomiphene would be the better one. So Paul, if you're looking for something that's like HCG, enclomiphene is the newer thing that we have. It's a capsule, so it's a lot easier to take. So you don't have to constitute it. You don't have to keep it in your fridge. You don't have to inject yourself. And it does basically the same thing that HCG does, but it won't increase your estrogen as much. So call the office, ask about enclomiphene, and yes, you can take it while on TRT. Just make sure you let us know, and make sure it's regulated. Scott Lee says terzepatide. Says terzepatide, but it's actually T-I-R, not T-R-I. But terzepatide is a great peptide. It's the strongest fat-burning peptide that we have. So patients are usually losing about 25% of their body weight when they're taking this. Again, it's an injectable, once-a-week injections for a 10-week supply is $650. So people hear $650, wow, yeah, but it's lasting you 10 weeks. So it's really only $65 a week. People spend that at Starbucks on one coffee a day, and that's crap. So cut that out, and you pay for your terzepatide and lose the weight. So strongest fat burner we have, ask about it. Next one down from that would be semaglutide. That's like the main one everyone's hearing about. And that one's even less, $550 for 10 weeks. It's only $55 a week. 233 down from 255. Good stuff. Down 22 pounds, 5'10", 40 years old. What macros would you be at to get to 205? Again, getting a lot of macro questions on here. That again, everyone's different. Yeah, everyone's different. You know, all my clients, they have different. I mean, they could be the same height, same weight, same age, and their diet will be completely different. So everyone is different. Depends on the person. But again, if you're trying to lose weight, the first thing is lower your carbs. You know, that'll be the generalized thing. But again, everyone's different. So.
Oh, I think we can get to the topics right now. We got about 20 minutes left. No more
So let's get it. Let's get into one of these topics. First one. I like this one. James Magnuson says he'll juice to the gills to break the 50-meter freestyle swimming at the Enhanced Games. Now, a couple weeks ago, Art had mentioned to me that they're having an Enhanced Games Olympics. What does that mean? That means basically these guys can take performance-enhancing drugs. They could take them. They could compete. So I'm very interested to watch this. And now we have guys that are coming back out of retirement and all this stuff saying, hey, look, if we could take stuff now, I'll come back. This one guy says he's to come back and juice to the gills. Now, what he means by juice to the gills, juice is another name for performance-enhancing drugs. He's a swimmer, so obviously he's gills. But yeah, he says he's going to come back, take whatever he needs to take, and break every record. So I can't wait for this. I'm very excited about this. He's getting offered money. People are getting offered $1 million and this and that to compete in this stuff. So I'm very excited about this because
that's a big change from the Olympics. They don't pay them like that. You know, that's the thing about Enhanced Games. They're getting paid to win now.
Yeah. This guy's getting offered $1 million to compete in it. So I mean, in the Olympics, like Art said, all you get is you get recognition, you get a medal, you get to represent your country. But at this, you get to, man, I'm interested to see what's crazy about this. What's going to happen if they have an Enhanced Games, right? Now everyone can take stuff, and then the records don't fall. Now, does that mean that people were taking it before? Because if this stuff is so good that, all these performance-enhancing drugs are unfair advantage and all this stuff, what's going to happen if they let people take it and the records still don't fall? That pretty much means that everyone was taking it anyways. So that's what I want to see. But I want to see this in track and field. That would be crazy in track and field because it's like swimming. It's more of like an individual thing. I want to see someone break FloJo's track and field record, which is unbeatable at 10.4 in the 100. I want to see, everything. I want to see the long jump record. I want to see the mile. I want to see everything. So I'm very excited about this. Who's going to watch it? Anybody out there that thinks someone's going to come out of retirement and do it? Yeah, I think Justin Gatlin could probably come back and do a little bit of damage. He's like 40-something years old, so very excited about this. And again, if none of these records get broken, we pretty much know people have been taking it for the longest time.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go to. Pick it up. Oh, all right. Here we go.
I'm currently working with a local company, and I'm on test, and terzepatide just started, but I will keep you guys in mind. Nice. Definitely keep us in mind. Good luck with the company. And yeah, let's let us know when you need us. How does terzepatide work? Terzepatide works sort of the semi-glutide. It'll slow the digestion down. Again, it's only one shot a week. And it actually is going to make you lose total body mass index. So if you have low body fat and a lot of muscle and you take terzepatide, you might, I repeat, might lose a little bit of muscle because it's going to lose your overall mass. Again, there haven't been enough professional, or even not just professional, there haven't been enough bodybuilders to use this yet to know. I'm very interested to see how it works with someone that has a high muscle mass and low body fat. But again, you're going to lose total body mass index. So if you have a high body fat, it's perfect. Busted Blood Knuckle just joined. Shout out to him. Okay, next topic. Next topic is the Lakers willing to explore adding Bronny James to keep Bronny happy. This is just a clear case of if you have money, you can pretty much do anything you want to do. Just for yeah, right. For people that don't know, I mean, obviously LeBron James, basketball player, one of the greatest ever. He's in the debate for being the GOAT. We know who he is. His son, Bronny James, 18 or 19, I believe. He's a freshman at University of Southern California. I watched him coming up playing AAU from the time he's real small up till now. So he's developed into a good player. Lately they're saying that he doesn't have what it takes to be pro. A lot of people are saying the only reason LeBron is still playing is because he wants to play at least one season with his son. His son is a freshman in college. LeBron's been in the league forever. So it's like one more year and he'll be there with his son. Now, his son last game had 0 points. He's very athletic. He can jump, but he had 0 points. He's undersized. I think he's only like 6'3", 6'4". He doesn't have the height and size that LeBron has. Good athleticism. But again, 0 points, you're not really going to get looked at by anybody. Doesn't matter what school you go. Doesn't matter if you go to Kentucky. If you have 0 points, you're not really going to get looked at. So the thing is now is basically LeBron is basically using his likeness or influence to tell the Lakers, get my son. So it says the Lakers are willing to explore adding Bronny James to keep LeBron James happy. So when you're at that point, when you're the GOAT, greatest ever or whatever, he's basically just saying, yeah, you know what? I want my son to be on the team, so they're literally probably just going to make it happen just because he's LeBron James. So I always wanted to see him play on the same court with his son. Now seeing that his son hasn't been doing that well, he's really not going to get, as of right now in the draft status or whatever. So I'm very interested to see them play together. I want to see them play together. I've never seen a pro basketball player or football, maybe baseball with Ken Griffey, but I've never really seen a pro basketball player be able to play with his son. It's just let you know how good in shape LeBron James is. He's been in the NBA for over 20 years. He's still one of the most athletics. He's still one of the best ever. Still jumps the highest, runs the fastest. And now his son's going to be there. But that's crazy. When you're LeBron James, you can literally make everything happen. I bet you if LeBron James made a phone call, he'd get me for a contract to be on the Lakers, just to sit on the bench or something, just because you have that influence. So how do you guys feel about it? You think it's good that he's doing it? Or do you feel like it's unfair just because it's him? Do you guys feel that if Bronny, that's the son, if Bronny James, if his dad wasn't LeBron James, would he even get a shot at the NBA? So, but again, it's happened all over. It happens at big schools too. You have even outside of sports, you'll have the dad went to Harvard, the grandfather went to Harvard. Now the son is failing out of high school, has no type of education. Now all of a sudden he's in Harvard. So it kind of goes the same way. If you got money, you can pretty much do what you want to do. I honestly don't think Bronny's good enough yet. But if LeBron has that influence, we'll see what happens when he gets there. But I just want to see one alley-oop, Bronny to his dad or his dad to them back and forth on the court. It's going to be history. It's going to be history.
All right, let's check out some of these comments.
Scott Lee said, levels, where should you be overall test range? Everyone's different in between, I'd say 8, 950. If someone is starting tests, how many injections would you do per week? No, it goes off everyone's levels. If you're starting off, your injections per week, it's not really going to matter the injections per week. It's going to matter your overall weekly dosage. So if you're taking testosterone cypionate, it may be twice a week injections. If you're doing testosterone propionate, maybe 3 times a week injections. It's not so much the injections per week. It's the amount of milligrams you're taking per week. So, I mean, injections could be different. Testosterone cypionate is usually every week or every bi-weekly, so like Monday, Thursday. But again, it's overall milligrams per week. Yeah, he said the Bucks are already doing that for Giannis. Yeah, so a lot of other people doing it too. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens with all these pro guys that have sons now playing sports, if they'll play together. I think in baseball it's a little bit easier because they're not really, I'm not going to say they're not athletic, but they're not getting pounded and running and jumping as much. They're kind of just standing and throwing, more lateral movement, not so much pounding on the knees and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Scott says he takes 75. I'm not sure what you mean by 75. It could be milligrams. Yeah. Any other questions on here?
I think Instagram on here froze. If you want to check the iPad real quick.
Check the iPad real quick.
For about 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll see more comments on there.
I got the. See, we gotta give you guys a second to get on this iPad right now. I got too many iPads in front of me right now.
It takes 75 milligrams.
Says take 75 milligrams. 75 milligrams? Now, why are you taking... I'm not saying 75 is too high or too low. Just a question. But why are you taking 75 milligrams? Is that what your medical provider prescribed to you for the week, or is that something you decided on your own? The only reason I'm asking guys to figure out where your overall test range should be. 75 milligrams might be all that is needed to get you to your optimal levels of 800-900. So in other words, if I get my testosterone checked and it's only 100, they may give me 200 milligrams a week to get me to 800-900 where I should be. If I get my levels done and my testosterone's 550, now I may only need 50 to 75 to get me where I need to be. So everything is based off of your levels. Specifically, everyone's different. So some people only need 50. Some people need 200. So everyone's different. Shout out to Zenny14 just joined. Shout out to LaCarrion just joined. Todd Mazie. Check the iPad real quick. Let's see what we got on here.
John's watching.
Shout out to John's just joined on here. Give him a little wave real quick.
Anything new on that?
Anything new on here, guys? Got a lot of questions. A lot of questions. A lot of them.
You want to do events?
Froze up. Yeah, let's jump into these events real quick. Titan will be at the Arnold Sports Festival. Very excited about this. I know I fly out Thursday or the 29th. I'm not sure when that is, but yes. We'll be out there at the Titan. We'll be at the Arnold Sports Festival. We'll be at Pro's Gym. It's going down at Pro's Gym. Guys, girls, I can't tell you how many people are going to be at this gym. Just to give you a brief, just real quick, we got obviously the Titan Michael Hearn, our Titan Michael Hearn. We got NDO. We got CT Fletcher. We got Midwest Kong. We got Jay Cutler. We got Guy Sistemino. We got, I believe, NDO is going to be out there. Julius Maddox, TD Smash. I mean, pretty much any of the big lifters and, the bad boys are going to be out there. It's going to be Jungle Wars starts Friday at 7 p.m., so it's going to be a big liftoff. I'm sure the energy is going to be crazy. CT Fletcher's hosting this event, so it's going to be crazy. It's going to be loud. It's going to be gritty. All the stuff that I love. So that's going to be March 1st at Pro's Gym in Columbus, Ohio. And again, the Jungle Wars starts at 7 p.m., but I'll be there all day, Friday and Saturday. So come by the booth. We'll have a booth set up in there. Get a T-shirt, watch the events, check out the gym, get a pump. It's going to be crazy. After that, NPC Pro Clash. That is March 30th. And then after that, we have another Clash, April 27th. That's the all-girls show. So ladies, all-girl power. April 27th is a huge show. That's in Orlando. All the Klash shows are in Orlando, by the way, just to let you guys know. But again, this Girl Power is going to be a good show. Ladies, it's a bikini, Masters bikini. It's an NPC qualifier, and it's open nationwide. So very, very good show. Next Klash show after that is going to be May 25th. That's the Southern USA Championships. That's in Orlando. Another Klash show, another great show. We have the Hurricane Pro. We just picked up the Hurricane Pro. That will be to be determined, to be announced once we get more details on that. But shout out to Tim Gardner. We just picked up that show. And also the Tampa Pro, another Tim Gardner show. That will be determined once we get a little bit closer as well with the venue, the time, and all that. But we have it locked in, Hurricane Pro and Tampa Pro. And again, Titan will be the official sponsor. Last show of the, can't forget about the Olympia now. Ooh, October 10th, Mr. Olympia, it's back in Vegas. Yes, back in Vegas. The new venue is nasty. Wait till you guys see this new venue. I don't know if Art could pull it up real quick on the green screen behind me so you guys could see it, but this new venue is nasty. It's pretty much everything's going to be in this one big, huge thing. It's the hotel, the expo, everything. It's at the Resorts World in Las Vegas. It's the host hotel. Huge, nice hotel. This hotel looks nasty. It looks nice. It's a resort style hotel, and again, everything's going to be right there. So, I might check in and just stay on the premises the whole time. I might not even have to leave. That's perfect. It's right up my alley. But yeah, that's the Olympia. That's going to be October 10th, back in Vegas at a beautiful venue. After that, we have the last show is the NPC Klash. That is the All South. Actually, I won this show back in, I believe, 2016 or 17. But yeah, it's an All South Championship Series. This time it's in Orlando. That's the last show we have so far. But again, tune in every week, guys and girls. We'll be adding new events to the schedule. Tune in next week and the week after. I'll let you guys know when the Hurricane Pro, the exact details on that, and also the exact details on the Tampa Pro. Now, let's make sure I don't have anybody else on here. I always like to get all my questions before I sign off. Let me check. Check this last one real quick. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this week, guys and girls. I'll see you next week, Titan Lifestyle, 2 p.m. Again, get your questions ready for next week. I appreciate all the questions. We had good questions there. We had a lot of questions. That's what keeps this show interesting. So get your questions ready. Next week, 2 p.m., Titan Lifestyle. If you guys aren't subscribed to our YouTube, make sure you do so, Titan Medical Center. Hit the bell so you're notified of videos like this. Also, check me out on TikTok, Instagram, and then the main show, as well as on Facebook and also the podcast. I'll see you guys next week. This is Big Dru.